Hey everyone, welcome to the seventh boss in the upcoming raid. So, I'm going to talk about Muggsy here. The general idea um, of this boss is you have two sides of the room and you either swap the boss back and forth and he'll change abilities, but you can't keep him over there too long. You can read the journal exactly, it has to do with the stacks, um, but in short, you just need to go back and forth. So, off the pull here, this is normal. I'd like to note that we only pulled it a few times in normal. There are guilds that did kill it. We get the boss like 40%-ish. So keep that in mind. If you want to see a VOD of a kill, it's very easy. Just search it in the YouTube search bar and you should be able to find it. So off the rip here, there's a few strategies you can do, and I'm personally kind of torn, and I'll kind of walk through two ideas. At the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter. So the first idea um, is actually, let me change this to have the melee maximize uptime on the boss, and or have the melee open up on this bottom one and try to kill it. Or have the boss grouped up here with the melee here and the range attacking this one. So there's a few options you can do, and you can see in this VOD here, we have the range hitting the one in the entrance, and the melee killed the front one. Now, the only problem with this strategy is you're going to get these unstable crawlers spawning everywhere. So you're going to see them here, and there should be more in Heroic, unless they nerfed it, because they work a little out of control. And these crawlers, when you hit them, they cause soaks and damage. Um, so you can see in this raid plan that we have the tanks trying to move the boss over to the spot so we can put them all on the wall. And I do have footage of that. I don't think I need to show it. If you look at anyone else's footage, they're probably doing this. But if you put the binds in the wall, then they're all together, and they're way more easier to deal with than them all over the place. So we got to see how it works on live. Again, you could just split up your groups, bring the boss over the one, melee cleave, boss over, range hit far, or here we'd have the range hit this one while the boss gets dragged over to the corner, and then the range will gateway in. Is kind of the idea here. So before the bombs come out. So that's the general idea. You have two strategies. And then right after you get the bombs, you're going to get this soak. This needs to be group soaked. I do not like this position at all for the group soak. And I can go to that slide. So you can see here, the idea is to have the CC any remaining mines, have range try to catch two, like two people catch them, and then range popping and catching consistently and staying behind and finishing the mines, clearing all the bombs while the boss moves over. And then ideally you do the group soak way down here so it's kind of off the arena a little, just so you can stack them up if needed. So here I'd prefer this to be farther this way. And you can see here that the bombs are just a disorganized mess where we didn't get to deal with them quickly. And now they're coming in, one's CC'd, one's not CC'd. Now two blow up at the same time. This one's going to blow up. So it's just way worse and out of control. Now the group soak spawns an ad. It was over there. We'll see it again. It chases you around. It's prio. And then after the group soak, you're really going to want to come into this area. Now this strat, what we did here is we marked two markers and we wanted a little gap opening. So this is not correct. And we want to have the boss in between the gaps. Very slight opening. Because now, like you can see him cleaving on the boss from this ad. These circles are way too big in the raid plan. But, finish off the Rocketeer, I talked about that. And then you need to have assignments of players in each soak. So, two DPS players are going to be targeted by the circles. And one needs to go to one marker, and one needs to go to the other marker, while leaving a tiny gap open. And you need a subset of players always to go into a marker. That's because, and also you have to account for if my purple player gets a green, then I need an extra player in there, so you might as well just overstack one player just in case. Now, the way these ads work on Heroic is you need to kill them, you need to kick them, and once you kill them, they're going to open up a passageway. Now, the intended way to do this and how you need to do it on Mythic is you need to use the bombs from this side to break the walls. So that might be another strategy that might need to be done in Heroic, but it didn't need to be done in Heroic. So our Heroic strategy was get all the bombs, just get them out of the fight, and then move over here and use the killing the ads to get out. Instead of like trying to juggle bomb CCs and stuff. So the other issue, the issue with that strategy about clearing all the bombs is you're going to see these ices come out, and these players need to go around the walls to LOS because this ice is going to hit the wall, and that's how they stop the damage. You can see the ads died here, now the wall's open. So just keep that in mind that if the walls were broken, it'd be much easier to LOS, but here they have to go all the way around. And you can see in my image, I have this, and also I'm just noting you can immune for yourself or you can immune someone else's. So he's just going to do this frontal here. He's also going to do a tank beam, which the tank needs to stand in. I don't think I've seen it yet, but you're also going to get this. You can see two markers. They're leaving, almost left a tiny open there, so that was almost good. These puddles are the tank mechanic. Again, these guys need the LOS or immune. And then they're going to get out. And make sure you have a healer assigned to each of these. See, the problem with not having a thing is like this is the tank mechanic, right? So if you don't have an opening here, they can't actually drop it well. But they're going to kill the last ad and then swap over. So, oops. So what you're going to see here is you can see move the boss 2 per side. Now, again, these are much smaller, so like these would be a little shifted over down here. This isn't a perfect raid plan. And then once you're done, we're gonna like again, you need to decide like, are you gonna stack on the sentry and have range kill this one and the raid kill this one, and then have the bombs everywhere, or do you want to go in this corner, stack up all the bombs, and kind of have range deal with it very quickly? In normal, I'm pretty sure we stack it on the sentry. So you can see here the sentry's out. People are targeting. It does do a crap ton of damage, and range are trying to hit this far one. But again, he's going to do the bomb cast, and then the bombs are everywhere. Who knows if this is good or not? Maybe this is fine. But again, when the bombs are everywhere, you're kind of asking for a disaster, potentially. So it's working out this time. It didn't work out the first time. Again, I'm really 50-50 on this. And then you put the group soak in. Everyone should try to get in it unless you're catching a bomb. I think they're going to nerf the amount of bombs, by the way. But, yep, we're pinging. One guy's just doing it. This is a frontal here on one player. He needs to take that out of the raid. It's going to stay on that player, so they need to stay out. And then here's the ad from the group soak. So once the group soak's done, we were supposed to shift over, but we shifted over late, and now we get extra bombs, which is really, really, really bad. So ideally, we wanted to avoid these bombs and shift over after that group soak. But now they're shifting over after the second group soak with bombs, and it's going to get really sketchy really fast. So we're going to get the 2 circles here. Also note that to trigger the mechanics on the side, on Heroic, you need a majority of players over. They almost left an opening. Maybe in normal we said don't leave an opening, but in Heroic we definitely were. So here, the groups go in. The wheels are coming off a little. Maybe this isn't our best pull, but... And then you just repeat from there. So I can pull forward here, see if I can get a better pull. Okay, so you can see here that we put the stuff here. This is right after. And now we're going to hop over again. And you need to make a decision to do this or not. But again, it just keeps repeating itself. So it really matters where the bombs are is kind of your biggest indicator of what's going to dictate the strategy, and then it repeats itself. So you can see here, this strategy with the bomb in the corner, kill this, range kill this, bait bombs in corner, boss gets moved over to the other one, range finish off the mines. They can do them very quickly because they're all in the corner and they're not scattered everywhere. Group soak, move. Rocketeer, target Rocketeer, move, move, move. And this is just like a idea of like the pattern here, where you keep putting the group soak down here, you come here, you go here, you go here. Now, I don't have footage of P2, and again, you can find that very easily, but I just want to talk about it. So basically what's going to happen, and this is where I think the boss will push, but you can push anywhere. He's going to jump in the middle, don't be in his way, and then he's just going to do a spin and shoot out of his guns, and you just run around whatever way he's spinning. You follow him. Then he's going to target a player and jump to them. Ideally, you want to try to keep them in this zone because this zone is way easier to work with in the last phase, personally, from what I saw in VODs. That could change, though. He'll jump there, not too far, and then spin. So the raid's going to have to follow that player and then do the spin again. He does that 2 or 3 times. And then ideally we end up here where there's a lot of space, or here where there's a lot of space. But now all the mechanics are happening at once. So here you're going to get the ads, but this time we don't want to deal with the mines because we're getting mines and ads at the same time instead of separately. So now we're going to do it properly, where the mines are going to touch the walls. They're going to blow up the walls while we're killing the ads. If you can do that, people can funnel in and assist. How many players I think need to be in there depends on the health. Probably somewhat safe to send extra people in there, but you do need enough people outside to deal with the frost mechanic. So anyone that's like really immobile and can't deal with the frost mechanic easily should go in, to be honest. But you do the mines, you run out when they hit the wall. This is just the tank line. We saw it once, but the tank needs to stay in the way. And then you're going to get bombs, and circles happening again. Same idea. And after this, it's actually just frost lines with literally nothing, so it's just immunes. So you need to either immune yours or immune someone else's. And that's the last thing of the fight that I saw in public testing. So there's a lot of abilities to this fight, as you can see here. To keep things completely simple, have a rotation on how you want to go around the room. Figure out how you know and deal with mines. Do you want to stack them on the wall? Do you want to do more YOLO? Do you want to have the mines break out the circles? So you need to think about all those things as a possibility when this hits live. Those are all possibilities. And adapt to each scenario. And then in P2, try to end in this area because it looks like those area denial is really annoying. And then use the mines to break the walls and kind of handle all the mechanics at once. Lust is neat. When we did Lust was when he went into his intermission, or where I think we're gonna do Lust is when he went into his intermission and did the spin, because all that damage is just pure boss damage to help you end the fight quicker. And once you get in the last phase, things can start falling apart. He pushes at a percent, so if you lost on pull, it can be wasted. Other than that, that's everything for Muggsy. I'll post the raid plan in the notes. Again, it could alter slightly, so look at this with a grain of salt. Other than that, I have Galix next, and good luck in the upcoming raid.